Charles, do you think more companies or more tech companies are going to get involved in this sort of new era of creating their own content?
Yeah, something that I think I'm waiting for, right? So like 20 years ago, 30 years ago, media was a fire hose. There was a series of fire hoses. And if you were the one controlling the nozzle, the high pressure nozzle, Beverly Hills was built on it. Los Angeles was built on it. That there were very few who controlled the keys to the entertainment kingdom. And now we're more like a sieve. There's like 1,000 streams of content flying, through a giant grate. And then the power players are the ones who own a large section of the grate. So it's not one little nozzle of, content. They own like this section of the grate, and they've got all of NBC Universal's channels, or they've got all the YouTube content, or Netflix is creating and licensing, and they've got all of these sort of ways of reaching the consumer. And what's happening is that content and brand are starting to really merge. Red Bull TV is a perfect example. We're talking to more and more big brands about making content directly for them. And the business models are converging, and the middle managers, which used to be, the networks, and as ad, buyers, and then the advertising industry as the middleman that kind of, looked after us, the producers. That's kind of very strong, but there is a lot of pressure on the outside from brands wanting to connect directly with content. And the one missing piece is monetization from a viewer, right? Like, Amazon already had a platform to monetize and calculate the value of a content spend against their traditional retail business. And that's why while at the time Amazon getting into content seemed like a leap, it actually made a lot of sense because they were able to use content to bring people into their brand onto Prime, and they already had a way to monetize the attention of this content.